Hello, everyone, and welcome to CineQuest video. Today, we're going to be talking about the new Final Destination Bloodlines film. Is it better? Is it superior than any of the others in the franchise? We will talk about that in just a moment.
Good luck.
Roland, who's joining me for this review, has not seen this film.
Absolutely not.
You've seen some other Final Destination films?
I think I've seen the first two, and then I might have seen part of the third one, and I forget the rest of them because nope.
And you may be asking yourself,
boring.
why is Roland on this review? He hasn't seen the film. Well, I'm going to try and just tell him about it because he's probably never going to see it unless it just so happens to magically cross his path and he had TV's on. He has no remote. He has no full control, and it just so happens to be playing.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, he will actually watch the movie. Now, Final Destination films are just notorious for just showing various people getting killed. They try to get very creative. They try to get somewhat. They try to top. Each movie tries to top the last as far as like the most outrageous kills, or I guess the most creative kills, if you will. Now, I mean, there's only so much you can do, I think, with people dying in various ways. This one does kind of start a little differently because normally we start with someone having a premonition of a bunch of people dying, and then they kind of save those people. And in this film, we go to the past, and wherever it's kind of started with one person having a premonition, they see a bunch of other people die, and then like those people kind of live on, and allegedly death and through the lineage has taken years to kind of get to these people that we're going to see or that we're going to follow in Final Destination Bloodlines, because death has to work his way through all the lineages that have escaped death, And one of the main reasons I did want to watch this film was because it's the last movie Tony Todd is in. And thankfully it wasn't the movie Stream, which was terrible.
No.
But this is probably a better...
So glad.
Yes, so glad. This is probably a better send-off for Tony Todd because he apparently got to ad-lib some lines to the fans, which, I mean, he does look sickly in the movie, and they kind of like play on the fact that he is sick in the film as well. And the last bit of dialogue that he says in the film was apparently him just off the cuff talking to the fans in general. It was a nice little send-off. It was like somewhat emotional, we already know, unfortunately, Tony Todd has passed away already. So it's him saying whatever he says in the movie. I mean, you can look it up and whatever you want to see what he says, or whatever you're watching the movie. You can kind of see like it's him just basically saying goodbye, and that sucks, but I guess it's inevitable, and it's almost kind of somewhat fitting for him being the character that he's played in the other Final Destination films. I think he's like an embalmer or a mortuary person.
I thought he did like a random cameos or something.
No. He's played the same character in like 1, 2. I think he comes out in the third one. Well, he comes out in this one.
I can't remember anything much other than
it's like there's small cameos that he comes out, small cameos that he makes in these films, but he plays the same character. So this movie was directed by Zach Lepomsky. I don't know who that person is. I've never seen any of the films that they've made. So good on you, I guess.
He directed Leprechaun Origins.
I haven't seen that one, so. Like I said, I still stand by what I said. Roland, you haven't seen this film. Like you said, you may have only seen the first two. I just recently saw 3, 4, and 5. 4 was terrible. I started off with 4 for some reason. I just accidentally picked it thinking it was number 3.
You, Ray?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Oh, you thought it was you were going for number 3, and you went.
I was gonna go from 4. I was gonna go 3, 4, and 5, but then I was watching. I was like, I don't recall this one. I thought I know kind of vaguely what the third one, how it's supposed to start. I go, this doesn't seem like the third one at all. And then I looked and it said The Final Destination. I was like, this fucking bullshit title. Just calling it Final Destination 4. It's called The Final Destination, but whatever. I watched it. That one was bad. I watched number 5. That one was okay. There is a tie-in in that film to the first one, where the whole plane scenario, which was cool. And then I saw part three. Part three was okay. I'm not a huge fan of the Final Destination franchise. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I'm just not.
I've never
There,
cared for it. It's just fun for a few seconds.
yeah, it's
Really.
just. I mean, you can get the same kind of joy out of watching these films by watching clips on YouTube of the people getting killed.
Yep.
Yeah, and
And I'm
then
pretty sure there are highlights of them available at this
yeah,
point.
like I mean, the story is kind of like very. It's not even. I wouldn't say secondary. It's like even further
Yeah.
back. I mean, how many times do
It's
we need to see that death is coming for these people, and it's just a different
and he
set of
gets them.
characters, and
What? Surprise.
you could probably
No.
just have
Or they survive and they make another.
yeah, or some of them they don't usually survive. But
Nope.
anyways, this film kind of does tie in a little bit to the rest of the movies, because it does show that some of the other catastrophes that have happened where other folks have passed away, and again, we kind of show where this initially started with this girl's premonition, and it kind of spreads
Mhm.
out throughout the land, and death making its
Mm.
way through all these people.
Cursed them.
And yeah, they're pretty much cursed, and you see all these people dying, all that
So,
kind of stuff,
uh,
you know.
did you find anything humorous about it? I mean, was there anything that made you laugh about any of the deaths? Because it was supposed to
Yes,
be
yes.
some
There
ridiculous,
was a
goofy shit.
particular MRI scene that was rather ridiculous and kind of funny, and I did give a slight chuckle at that. And I mean,
Mm,
frankly, like some of
just a
the
slight chuckle, huh?
just a slight. I mean, it's not like
Mm.
up. There's not an uproar of laughter for these films. You're just like, oh, okay, cool, fun. That's fun. You know,
I don't
I like
know.
that death. It's fun.
mean,
You know, I don't want to give too much away because I mean, pretty much people are filming that shit on fucking online, and you can like kind of see it.
Yeah, it's
It's
all pretty
it's
sure.
that one was fun. There was one that kind of caught me off guard initially. With one of the girls that was gonna die. I thought she was gonna get saved, but last minute, no, they decided
Mm.
not to. And just like there's a lot of people's faces getting crushed. You know, a lot of explosiveness. You know, a lot of body obliteration. That
Mm.
goes on in this movie. Like they're just
Just
like
like instant death.
yeah,
There's no way. Like
let's
maybe
not
they survive.
yeah,
No.
let's not like prolong this in any way. Like we're gonna make it for certain that they cannot survive this at all. Like there's just no way. And I mean, I'm talking about like, you know, faces getting squished and like pretty much coming apart.
Yeah.
People's bodies getting bent in half and like
Woo.
things going through their abdomen. Screws
Yeah.
going in someone's head and just burrowing themselves in as like, and there's like a
Damn.
huge gap in the head, you know. A lot of fun gore in this film. It is
Mm.
CGI. I'm not a
A 4, as the kids call it.
what?
They don't call it that.
No,
I
they
was
don't.
like, "Oh, a lot of fun gore." Yeah, for
Fun gore.
4.
No,
No,
that's yeah. I'm
nobody
saying
said
that
that.
right now.
I'm an idiot. Don't
Um,
worry about it.
yeah, a lot of like impaling. You know,
Mm.
uh,
Mm. Mm. Classic.
the truck logs made a nice comeback at the end of the
I think I
film.
did read something about that.
That was
The,
like,
greatest one.
well, I mean, I would say like it's the greatest. Well, I would say like that particular image of the truck and the logs is probably the thing that's caused more traumatic
Yes.
people. That's caused more trauma amongst people or in the viewers, especially myself.
Drivers.
I drive a lot. I see that exact same thing on the road, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'm just like, back it up, move to the next lane. Like,
Yep.
don't make any sudden movements. You know. So that's why I think like part two probably has the most impact on people, even though like I mean the first one's good, but I think the second one had more of
Is.
a trauma impact on the viewing
It
public
did.
because
It had a much more
uh
traumatic,
yeah
infliction.
yeah I guess
The
that's the way to say it.
PTSD is real. I mean, still watching that, I'm just like, "Ugh,
Yeah,
ugh."
I mean, like, just a person who drives on the road, you see a truck with like things dangling like this, and you can tell they're not secure properly, and you're like one false stop or one like head-on collision or something, that thing just coming right through your fucking windshield, and you know, I think
Nope.
about it. Hey, You can't.
Just slow
It's
down
hard to
or get
live
the
your
hell
life.
past
It's hard to live your
whatever.
life going through just day to
Somebody
day
else's problem.
mundane things and just thinking that you're gonna be impaled because you spend like an
At any
hour on the road.
moment.
You know.
Yep,
Um,
driving our death carts.
yeah, exactly. And the way people drive
Yeah.
nowadays, I hate to sound like an old man.
It's
That
getting worse.
that movie is one of the reasons why I drive like a half blind grandma, you know, on the road because
Yep.
I'm just
Fuck that.
extra cautious with other people because I don't trust them. Right? It's like a
Yeah,
person like,
nope. You
oh,
shouldn't
these goddamn drivers on the road just driving recklessly. Like I get
double
that.
that. Fuck whatever. Let them. As long as they stay the hell away. I
Uh,
want to live.
but yeah, so that's there's not much else to say about this film. I got the kills were fun. Um, the CGI was a little off-putting sometimes, but I mean, it's something you come to expect with a Final Destination movie. They're not necessarily known for their practical effects because I think some of these things are just so elaborate. Like you just need
Well, I
like
mean,
that CGI
yeah,
angle to kind of get through these kills. If not,
exactly.
they're gonna have to like if they get it wrong, they're gonna have to redo it and clean everyone up and then do it again. And there's gonna be just gushes and gushes of blood and stuff like
No,
that. So I
it's
don't know.
always been a lot of like goofball, ridiculous CGI. I
Right.
mean, a lot. It has to be. Jesus.
And I mean, this was not as I think the performances were a little bit better than the
Yeah.
previous films because part four is like really cringe. It's just a really
Mm.
cringe ass shit movie. And part five, like I said, was okay, but I think this one like slightly improved on the acting. Um, they do get really there's no wait time for a lot of the kills. Like some of them just kind of come, you know. And there's always like this like anticipation going for every kill
Mhm.
that's coming next because I don't think there's any like rest time. And when I say that, I mean there's not like a kill like every couple of seconds. There's just the anticipation of a kill almost every second.
Yeah.
So you're like on edge watching
It's
the
in
movie.
sequence.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes it a lot of fun. That's what makes it a good time in
Who's
the theater.
left?
It's a nice cold cherry
Mm.
icy and a popcorn kind of movie. So I enjoyed
Maybe.
it. I'd recommend watching the theater. I mean, you can watch in like an IMAX or something. If it's available, then by all means you should do that because, like I said, you get the full brunt of like just the ridiculousness of like all the kills.
All the cheeseball gore.
Yeah, yeah,
The Rube Goldberg murder sequences.
yeah.
I would
And I
call it.
mean,
It's
like,
like
unless you're a person rolling like that, you would want to
raw
watch
with
this
more humor.
intentionally. I mean, I would
Yeah.
recommend seeing this on stream if you have a chance. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
because I mean, it's fun, you know. If you don't mind people
I
seeing getting like killed or like it's not really like torture corn as they call it. It's more just like there's got to be like a different term that makes it like real bloody, but yet just a nice good time. A bloody good
oh
time. I know as cliche as that sounds, but that's kind of like what it is. So
sure. Sure. Maybe we'll workshop it or think of
oh
something.
yeah, yeah, really like let Hollywood know like what the new genre is gonna be. Whatever.
Yeah, they're really listening. All of
Hey, we got a few people out there
all the
listening,
important
right?
shit that we have to share with
Yeah.
our listeners and Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood, they're gonna come calling and be like, guys, you gotta tell us what's going on. What's hip? What are the kids into these days? And I'm like, well, since I saw the Lost Boys a few years ago, I think I know what the kids want these days. You know, they gotta bring Corey
Ah,
Feldman back into the fold and so he can give his input.
oh Jesus.
But yeah,
So so you enjoyed it, you thought it was worth the time. It might be what in theaters for like what, another week, 2 weeks?
maybe I don't know. Like things are coming to streaming so fast.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true. Wait, see.
there's a whole line of movies that I haven't seen that are like waiting for me to rent, but I'm waiting for them to drop in price because I'm not paying that full $20 price tag.
Mhm.
No, sirree, Bob, that is not happening.
Oh man, I was trying to. I needed to remember to pick up Halloween Resurrection. It was like a buck not too long ago, but I think I missed it.
That's a shame.
I know. I can tell you mean that.
I bought it on DVD for cheap, and I got 3 movies attached to it. So like whatever. Anyways,
So I
uh,
was right.
yeah, sure. So, Roland, I'm gonna give you my quick ranking of the Final Destination films as I've seen them so far, and as I recall the first 2,
Sure.
because I just recently saw 3 through 4. Now
Let me
number
know what you
6.
think.
So, number 6, part 4, The Final Destination. That movie sucks. That movie fucking sucks, dude. It's terrible. It was so cheesy. I thought the kills were terrible. I think they tried to do like more 3D type of shit, and it was just so
Mhm.
bad. Just gross, really.
Uh,
Number
I don't even remember what the
5.
trailer was.
What would be my
That's all
number
right.
5? I think number 5, I'm gonna go with Final Destination number 3. I didn't really care for that one too much. I mean, they had that whole roller coaster angle. That was somewhat traumatic, but I've been on a roller coaster one time, and went on a roller coaster before I saw Final Destination. And honestly, I don't think I'm have the patience to get in the line to ride a roller coaster again. So, yeah,
I kind of remember that one a little bit, but I felt like by that point I had already seen that bit used before, or like in real life, roller coasters just wrecking it.
yeah.
You're like,
I go, I don't need a movie to make me scared of roller
uh,
coasters. Real life
nah,
and real tragedy makes me scared
easy.
of roller coasters.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need you for that, Hollywood. In fact, I can see how you fucking got it
Right,
wrong,
exactly.
you pussies. Uh,
uh,
so 3.
no, well,
So
so
I can
yes,
barely remember anything about 3, but yeah, that was about the
it's
point where I was like, this is
well,
trash
I'm saying
or
it's
complete
kind of
dog shit.
forgettable. That's
So
why I have it at number 5.
yeah.
So number 4, I'm gonna go with Final Destination 5. That one wasn't the worst. Like I said, I liked that little tie-in with the first film. I didn't even catch that
Hmm.
initially the first time, but it was a nice little throwback to the original film. Number 3, I'm gonna go off and say Final Destination number 1. Final Destination, the first one. I'm gonna say is number 3. Um,
You heathen.
yeah,
The
Devin
first is
Sawa's.
not the
Look,
best.
it's a classic.
Ray, what's wrong with
Look, it's a
this?
classic movie. They didn't go as far as they could, because it was the first film. Yeah, you get people hit by cars, big whoop, you know.
Final Destination is a classic.
I mean, the early 2000s classic. Come on now.
2000 flat, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's an early
still,
2000
like, it's
classic.
just funny to think of it like this. This,
Yes.
sure.
Well, I mean, like
All right,
between
right.
you and
No,
I,
no, you
and the
have
audience,
your
Roland, like the early
rules.
2000 isn't my favorite time for horror. It is
No,
for a lot of people
it's
because they
pretty.
grew up. That's when they grew up first watching horror films, and if they were
Mm,
younger, like some
yeah,
people who were younger in the 90s, I like 90s films, but that's not my favorite. I'm an 80s person and like a 70s type of person when it comes to horror films. Maybe I need
sure.
to explore more of those
Mm,
2 decades, but I even say like the 2010s to 2020s is also some of my favorite horror films as well. So I
yeah, but
mean,
2000s ish is not. I just
I'm
mostly
not
remember a lot of crappy
I'm not
remakes.
rushing back to see fucking the remake of House of Wax with Paris Hilton or anything. I'm not rushing to go see that shit.
Oh, fucking god damn, that movie sucked ass. I don't think I ever finished seeing it.
Me either.
I
Like
couldn't.
I don't
I
run to go
was
see
like,
these films or fucking Urban
nope.
Legend. Like,
Oh, I hated that one so fucking much. I was so pissed too because I think I saw it in theaters. I forget
in
if I
fact,
saw it in theaters
Urban
or I
Legend might be
rented it.
like late 90s,
I think I think I did see it in theaters.
but anywho,
I was so annoyed. It was dumb as.
number 2. I'm gonna say Final Destination Bloodlines. I enjoyed this movie probably more than most of the franchise itself. And since it's fresh in my brain with the new kills and like kind of like the more exploration they do with like the origins and how quote unquote death kind of like takes its time to kind of
Hmm.
kill all these people, even though it's supposed to do it in kind of one fell swoop. It like had to
Yep.
like go through each person. So I mean, like who knows how far lineages got until death finally caught up to them and like killed them, you know? So, and then of
It's almost
course,
like
yes, my number one is
oh,
Final Destination 2. Probably the most traumatic for me and probably the most memorable for myself as well. And probably I just
yeah,
enjoy that one the most for some reason.
I'd say most people remember if they remember any of these.
I think of I'm just I mean that's just speaking for us, man. Like I think a lot of people really
Yeah.
like the first Final Destination a lot. I'm not saying I don't. I just don't think like it's
No,
like the
no,
top
Ray. We speak
two.
for the people now.
You know, you're rolling. You're right. You know, like
We speak for the people now.
I'm
What do you mean? We're right. Come on, guys.
I'm downplaying our role in society here. Okay,
You shouldn't.
as
We
Cinequest Video
we have the
Podcast.
natural inclination and charisma for leadership, Ray.
Anywho, that'll be it for this review. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and make sure you comment below what your favorite Final Destination ranking is. Because frankly, I mean, I could be wrong. Obviously, I need to probably rewatch 1 and 2 again. But those are the two that kind of stuck with me the most because I've seen them the most, and I just recently saw 3 through 4, now number 6. So those reactions or these
Pounded
rankings are
through
kind of
'em.
like fresh for those last 4 films. So again, I do appreciate it, Roland. You think you ever watch Final Destination Bloodlines?
Maybe because like I really would want to check it out just to see Tony Todd's little cameo for the most part.
So
Which I still
basically,
say that's the only reason you went to go watch it.
that's the main reason I went to go watch it. All right,
The main
but
reason.
I,
All right, fine.
this is. May I make a prediction for you of what's gonna happen?
Sure.
You're never gonna watch
Oh
Final
no.
Destination Bloodlines, and you're gonna just find the clip of Tony Todd on YouTube, and just watch that, and then be completely satisfied with just that, and that's it.
I might.
Might.
Okay.
That's exactly what's gonna
That's
happen.
possible.
That's exactly what's gonna
It's
happen.
possible. I've already looked it up.
Well, there you go. So
God damn it.
yeah. All right. Well,
I was
that,
trying to stay positive, all right?
yeah,
Excuse
of course.
me for
Yeah.
not for you hitting me with some realism there.
It's just
Yeah.
patterns, you know, it's just the patterns that I recognize. All
We'll
right,
see.
we'll see you next time. Have a good one.